attending the Tempest. Your show will begin momentarily. In the meantime, please feel free to kick back and relax in our lobby. Visit our memorabilia museum, presided over by the MC, our executive producer, a real mover and shaker. He'll shake hands with anyone in a crowd. Concessions to your hunger, literally. Sign up, just like a dinner plate. Now give it a snap. Voila! Cooking flame. Alright, toss in the egg, cracker, another snap, and yum! Refined. Ready for you are refined. Guests, we are about to begin. Please finish your drinks, take stock of your interdimensional bits and bobs, and conclude all use of the facility. Without further ado, may we present your
Popsicle. Testy.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to my backyard. Snap if you can hear me. Oh, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Burger Brains, it's good to see you. I almost didn't recognize you without your hat on. Ah, look at all of your beautiful glowing little masks. I am so happy you're here right now. I have to say, thank you for RSVPing to this little event. My name is Haylee, and you can't hear me. Oh dear. Can you hear me? Alright, 1 second. Can you hear me? Oh, good, good, good. I thought you were gesturing to your ears, and then I started to panic, and then... Alright, here we go. Take 2. My name is Haylee, and I am so happy you are all here at this moment with me. I think we should start with the story. That's a nice way to start. Gather round the fire, where it's nice and toasty. Well, where it would be toasty, but you know, we can imagine, right? All right, this little story goes like this. Once upon a time, many, many, many moons ago, there was a group of young, gorgeous little souls, much like yourselves, sitting around a campfire, telling each other stories while they waited out the bubonic plague. The end. Oh, you're easy to please. I like you. All right. Well, that's a little abbreviated version of the Decameron. Have you heard of the Decameron before? Oh, you have. And you have as well. And now you have. All right. Now we're all caught up. I have another story for you. I'm on a roll. Here we go. I like you am home right now. Raise your hand if you're at home. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You might think I'm standing in my backyard, but in fact I am standing in the middle of my living room, which is not as big as this backyard. If you hear any meowing, that is my cat. Her name is Foxy. And, well, ever since I started working from home, she's become my very vocal and judgmental assistant. And when I'm in the middle of my living room, flailing about, yelling into the abyss of my living room, she likes to come and, wander my ankles. So if you hear any meowing, that's just Foxy and or me accidentally stepping on her. But don't be alarmed. She's used to it. All right. Anybody else have a fuzzy little furball meandering their ankles ever? No. Oh, you do! You do as well! Then you must be accustomed to the 3 a.m. bladder jump as well then, right? Oh, you feel my pain. Yes. So do you. Great. Okay. I have a truth for you as well. Now that I'm on this roll, I'm just going to keep going along this track. This truth is I am a professional dancer and actor. And those of you in London... I've never performed in... Or you're in London? I've never performed in London, but did you know Punch Drunk was my first job? Sleep No More. Yes! So I used to be a dancer, and then I moved to LA, and then slowly turned into somebody that uses my voice. Yeah, which is why we are here right now. So, unfortunately, like most of my colleagues, my work has just vanished into nothingness. And I really miss performing, whether it's a disgusting set filled with dirt or haze or, I don't know, chocolatey fake blood sauce or award, or, I don't know, some of us have even performed in mausoleums before. Anyway, whether it's a stage or some bizarre set, I really miss performing live. Like, a lot. And to keep my sanity while working from home, I have started working on a play, all on my own, and I started working on The Tempest by William Shakespeare. And... oh, you approve? Okay, well, thank you there. And, well, I was curious if you wanted to help me rehearse a couple of scenes. I'm finally at the place where I'm ready to get the page, or pardon me, the play off of the page and into the world. And, would you want to join me for a little bit of that? Oh, right. Okay, great. Well, let's set the stage. Let's pretend my balcony is a stage. Not just any stage. Let's pretend it's the globe. Ah, yes. A stage where if the floorboards could talk, there would just be so many stories. Now, us poor little groundlings would scrounge up a penny to stand right here in the pit or the yard of the globe. Meanwhile, the noblemen would sit on the stage and pay top dollar to be within the splash zone of the actors. You know, they would be spat upon or sweated upon, or because it's Shakespeare, somebody will die and the of fake blood will get them. All right. Well, now, The Tempest is a very particular show, and it opens in the most dramatic way possible. And now I need you there. You, with that little chevron mask, I need you to tell me if you've heard of something more dramatic than this, okay? Imagine that you're an actor in the middle of the ocean. On a ship, obviously. On a ship in the middle of the ocean. In the middle of a storm. Now, this storm is not caused by natural occurrences in the atmosphere. This storm is caused by a mythic spirit by the name of Ariel. And if you're a sailor on that boat, are you losing your mind and freaking out thinking that you're about to die? You betcha! Now we're going to get this little opening act off of the floor and into the world. Now, would you like to be an actor? Yes! I love it. And I need 3 more of you to volunteer yourselves as actors. Who else would like to be an actor? Okay! Oh my goodness, their hands. Oh my goodness. Oh, you want to be an actor too? Burger Brains, do you want to be on team special effects with me, and we'll send these 4 actors up to the stage? All right, great. So, let me come over here and get you, sorry, walking through the fire because I can. And, there you go, darling. That is your special effects device. It is very high-tech. You snap it on, you snap it off, and it creates all the effects we need. Now, the 4 of you, I'm going to send you up to the stage in just a moment, and when I say the curtains open, I need you to be the sailors that are on this ship. I need to see panic and fear and anxiety and just terror, right? Because you're in the middle of this storm and you're thinking that you're about to capsize, and that should be scary. It should feel very scary. You should feel your heart rate beat and go up. So, I'm going to send the 4 of you up to the stage, and we will get this show on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Burger, darling, I need you to stand right beside me. Good. Now, I need the actors to find an opening pose. Good. And the audience goes silent. The curtains open. A tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning is heard, and action! Hi, my hearts, cheerily, cheerily, my hearts, yar, yar. Take down the topsail. Everybody, take down the topsail. It's on this side of the stage. This side of the stage. Take down the topsail. Tend to the master's whistle. Blow till that bursts thy wind, if room enough. Good. And on the other side of the stage, the topmast is about to fall down. Go! Go! Run! Yes, and take down the topmast and bring her to try with main course. And now everybody steer the ship back onto main course. There's a big rock. There's a big wave. Hurry! Hurry! Oh my goodness, and they made it safe. Whew! And the curtains close. The crowd goes wild. Oh my goodness. Take a bow. Bravo. Everybody give our little special effects director a round of snaps. Oh my goodness, the one in charge of all that thunder and lightning. Now, there is something so magical about acting. I mean, you just transformed my balcony into an ocean. How cool is that? Now, each of your masks also contain a little bit of magic. And we're going to explore that right now. Alright. Take a little piece of twig and pass it along. Take a twig, pass it along. Take a twig, pass it along. Take one, pass it along. Take one, pass it along. Good. And now we are going to start this journey with a little ritual. Oh my goodness, you've already started. Remove your mask. Place the little twig in your mask. Snap once above it to ignite it and circle in a counterclockwise direction. You can let go of the twig. It will hover, I promise you. The magic is strong. And circle. Keep circling. Put the wild waters in its roar. Keep circling. Oh, yes. Oh, you see that vessel there? You have performed to the point that the tempest that I bade thee, oh, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, hath mine enemies been brought to this shore. Now, go make thyself like a nymph of the sea, be subject to no one's sight but thine and mine, naked to every eyeball else. Now go take this form. Come on, give me your sea nymph poses. That's the form that I'm talking about. Good. And now let's summon our Ariel. Raise your hands into the sky. Yell at the top of your lungs so you annoy your neighbors. Ariel, approach! We come! I boarded the king's ship. Now in the beak, now on the waist, in the deck, in every cabin, I flamed amazement. The fire and cracks, the sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed besieged and made his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake. Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played tricks of desperation. And all but mariners plunging into the foaming brine and quit the vessel. And Ferdinand, the king's son, was the first man who leaped and cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here." Full fathom 5 thy fathers lie, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes, nothing of him that doth fade, but he suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring its knell. Hark, I hear them ding dong bell. Whoa. That was wild! That was Ariel, who sings and summons the Tempest, that terrible storm. But what about the Tempest itself, right? Like, what about the story, the narrative, and the characters that live inside of it? So, before we begin that, I have a very important question. Now, Prospera is the lead actor in The Tempest, and I need to ask you right there, and you, Onion, this is important, this is for both of you. What do you think of my Prospera costume? Am I cute? Okay, good. So I thought it made me look a little bottom heavy, but now that you say I look cute, I feel much better, thank you. Okay. So gather round. Now, we are in Prospera's cell, aka her home. Now, this isn't any old cell. This is, in fact, my memory palace. Do you know what a memory palace is? Oh, great. Awesome. So this is a method that I use when I'm learning dialogue for a new character. Right? It helps me sink into their shoes. I also use one other method called the Golden Nugget. Now, the Golden Nugget is a very fancy way of saying I have a mantra for my character. And the mantra for Prospera is this: those who control the narrative controls others. It's a little bit manipulative, but you know what? That's just who Prospera is. Now, help yourself to my bookshelf, and all of these little knickknacks contain dialogue, and pass me a little knickknack, and I will bring thee to the present of how Prospera, the former Duke of Milan, came to be in exile. Oh my god, we're going to save that one for last, so hold on tight, okay? Ooh, a quill, the power of a signature, right? It is true. With the help from the kingdom of Naples, my brother Antonio did usurp me and set me to sea with my daughter Miranda. Just like that. And you can give that a little chuck into the memory pond. There we go. Ooh, the book. Yes, good choice. Oh my god, that's heavy. Okay. Right. It is true. Gonzalo did furnish mine own library with volumes I prized above my own dukedom. So now we know studying is quite important to Prospera. Now, oh yes, the ring. The dukedom of Milan was mine by right. But through foul play we came from thence, that my brother and my uncle called Antonio and claimed the dukedom of their own. I mark me, pray thee that a brother should be so perfidious that he, whom next thyself of all the world I loved, and put him to manage my state. So basically my brother Antonio is kind of, insert bad word. Here you go. You can also chuck that into the memory pond. And, I went on basically like a little, study trip, and then he claimed my power and took over Milan, and then kicked me out. Does anybody else here have a brother that would, betray them? You do? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel your pain. I'm so glad that I can commiserate with you. Now, the coin. Pass that here, darling. Thank you. My brother Antonio made an alliance so dry he was for sway with the King of Naples, to give him annual tribute, and do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and he bend, the dukedom yet unbound. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. Yikes, maybe you can just hold that coin close to your heart and infuse it with a good wish and then chuck it into the memory pond, and, I don't know, maybe this story will end happily. Now, last but not least, hold that little bottle up to your face and tell me if your magic is working. Is your magic working now? Good, good. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Chuck that bottle into the pond real quick. The little memory pond. And come gather round, gather round, gather round. Oh, and in that bottle contains a very vulnerable memory. Kind of sad, but very vulnerable, and here we are. My people provided my escape aboard a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged nor tackled, sail nor mast, the very rats instinctively quit it. There they hoist us to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sighed to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us but love them wrong. And there I am with my darling daughter Miranda. Oh, my Miranda, I have done nothing but in care of thee, my loved one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, that I, Prospera, a master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater mother. Thanks for being with me and supporting me through this. It's not easy. This was Miranda and I on our, well, in the middle of the ocean, not knowing where we would end up, exiled and unsure of if we were going to survive or not. And all we had was each other and, as you can see, a couple little supplies. Oh dear. I'm so sorry to break this moment. I felt like we got really intimate there for a moment, and, well, staying on the theme of intimacy, I feel a good rapport between all of you, and I feel like I have to share something, which is, in my memory palace, I did not construct a bathroom, or restroom, and, bathroom, restroom, washroom, whatever country you're from, pick your word. But I have to go pee because right now in LA it's the morning, and I had a cup of coffee before meeting you all, and I can't even think straight. I have to pee so bad. So we're going to go back to my backyard and take a quick intermission. Here we go. All right, you all help yourself to some marshmallows. I am going to be right back. Oh my goodness, okay. All right. Now I feel like we can continue this without any distractions. Sorry about that, but hey, how are the marshmallows? They pretty good? Okay, you are experiencing a sugar high. They are dancing. Amazing. I love it. Okay, all right. Well, then that is going to fuel the rest of our time together. Now, oh, did you get a phone call? Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. I was about to say, if it's Ariel, tell them that we say hey. All right. Now, I have a bit of a pop quiz. I'm just going to wipe my hands, toss that in there. Okay. I have a pop quiz. Listen closely. Now that you've all had a delicious little marshmallow, I have to ask you, what is sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow? Me? That is a kind of a good answer, but it's not quite correct. Anybody else? What is sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow? Do you need a hint? It starts with the letter L. Ding, 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 ding. Love is sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow. Fantastic. And I have to ask you, are you ready to jump into the love scene of the Tempest? All right, why not? Here we go. Hold your pants. And we are on the very island that Prospera and Miranda were exiled upon. Now, this isn't any ordinary island. This island is infused with magic. All right? So now that we know this about the island, let's see how this scene plays out. Now, I was kind of just kidding with you. We think that this is a love scene, But actually, this is a scene about Prospera and her manipulative ways. Who here remembers Prospera's golden nugget? Nobody. Great. So Prospera's golden nugget is this. Those who control the narrative controls others. So we need to keep that in the back of our brains while we're exploring this, because yes, this is about two young people falling in love, but this is also about Prospera flexing her manipulation muscles. So here's how it's going to go down. Miranda, Prospera's young daughter, who we saw snoozing beside her on that boat, remember? Yeah, so Miranda is going to fall in love with Ferdinand. And we remember Ferdinand as King Alonso's son. Just FYI, King Alonso is Prospera's enemy. And conspired against Prospera with Antonio. So, we don't like King Alonso very much. But we do like Ferdinand, King Alonso's son. And we remember Ferdinand as the first man who leaped off that ship and cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here." That's Ferdinand. So Miranda is going to fall deeply in love with Ferdinand. The two of them are going to fall in love and get married like ASAP. And then that means that Miranda, Ferdinand, and Prospera can all return to Milan. And that will undo all of Prospera's suffering that she has endured while being exiled here on this very island. So, now that we know what's about to happen, let's get this scene up and running. Now, we have to do some casting. So everybody, we're going to cast to Miranda first. Everybody give me your little Miranda dances. Give me a Miranda dance. What does a young, blushing, nubile flower of a lady... Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Miranda, we're going to call you Miranda Swirly. And we're going to call you Miranda Chevron. Okay? And you both respond to the name Miranda. Now, Miranda Swirly, I need you to choose your Ferdinand. So, you three give me your strongest princely poses, and Miranda is going to select her beau, her boo, her partner, her husband-to-be. Good. And let me get your little hat on. All right, so Swirly and Swirly, you are a couple. Chevron, who is going to be your Ferdinand? Choose. Give some strong poses. Let our little Chevron know what she's looking for. Oh, and the Chevron chooses the little Krabby, a.k.a. Burger. Good. So, Burger and Chevy, you are a couple. Swirly and Swirly, you are a couple. All right? Oh, that's weird. Somebody might confuse Miranda and Ferdinand as a brother and sister, but you know, we won't even go there. Okay, so, Ferdinand's, I need you center stage. Miranda's, I need you behind this tree. And that leaves you, my darling onion. You have the honor... Oh dear, where did that go? You have the honor of playing the role of Prospera. Exactly. I'm going to be the director, okay? So, Prospera, you're going to be hiding behind this tree right here. All right, we are in places. I'm going to go invisible in just a moment. But first, this is what's happening. Ferdinand, you're center stage. And you're just working on your princely bod, okay? I don't know what princes do, but maybe you're like flexing your muscles or like doing push-ups or, I don't know, pretending that you're sword fighting. I don't know what princes do. Do something that a prince would do. Prospera, you are very creepily spying on the young couple. Okay? And Miranda, you are in awe of Ferdinand, and you are spying on him from behind your tree, okay? All right, I'm going to go invisible, and I will give you words, and then I need you to act out the words. The curtains open. The spotlight comes on Ferdinand. Miranda peeks from behind the tree, and she says, "Oh, what is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. I I might call him a thing divine, if nothing natural I ever saw so noble. And she comes out from behind the tree. And Ferdinand gazes upon Miranda and is just verklempt by her beauty. And Ferdinand says, "Oh, the goddess on whom the heirs attend? Oh, you wonder if you be a maid or no." Miranda, "Oh, no wonder, sir, but certainly a maid." Ferdinand, "My language? Heavens! Myself am Naples! Oh, who with my eyes not since stabbed beheld the king my father wrecked." Oh, good. And now, Ferdinand and Miranda, you take a freeze pose. And the lights go off on the young couple, and a spotlight opens up on Prospera, and she steps out from behind her tree, and she says this, "Ah, they are in either's powers, and with this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light." So, all right, you can unfreeze. We're going to break this down for 2 seconds. So, Prospera, you are basically saying, my maternal instincts are kicking in, and Ferdinand is flirting with my daughter Miranda, and I'm going to have, oh man, this is making me feel topsy-turvy, and I am going to insert myself in this situation and make Miranda play hard to get. We'll get there in just a second. Ferdinand, you're like this. You're like a goddess of the air. You speak Italian, I speak Italian. OMG, I'm Naples. Just kidding. I'm not a massive land. I'm just a representative. I'm just a prince. And also, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I think my dad is dead. So you just kind of had like a moment of like overwhelmed verbal diarrhea. Okay? And Miranda, you are just enthralled. You are just, oh my goodness. Ferdinand is the perfect, most handsomest prince you ever did see. So, I'm going to go invisible again, because now, Prospera, you have to have a little chit-chats with the Ferdinands. All right? Now, Ferdinand turns around to look at Prospera. Prospera points her sword at Ferdinand and says, "A word, good sir, for I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word." This is the very moment Prospera inserts that golden nugget. She is going to accuse Ferdinand of coming to this island to usurp her and kick her out and boot her and exile her. That plot sounds a little bit used already, but that's okay. And now, as Prospera is accusing Ferdinand, Miranda inserts herself between the two of them, trying to stop her mother. Miranda says, "Mom! Mother, stop it, please! Nothing ill can dwell in such a fine temple, Mom. Oh, Ferdinand is super cute, and I like him a lot." And then, Ferdinand, your manhood feels offended for some reason, and you're like this, "It's sword time." And so, Miranda, step aside, and Prospera says, "Draw thy weapon, traitor, for I shall disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop." And now you fight. Gzz. Gzz. Ha. And now, Prospera, you throw your hands into the sky. You give us a cackle. Ha. And you say, "Thy nerves are in their infancy and have no vigor in them." Ah, yes, you two Ferdinands are under Prospera's employ, and now, Prospera, you go back to hiding behind the tree. And Ferdinand, you are going to do a little bit of yard work for Prospera. You are going to stack some of this wood, some of the rubbly bits that fell off during the storm. And while this is happening, Miranda, it is your job to go and distract Ferdinand. This is where things really start to get spicy. So, Miranda, go distract your Ferdinand. Yoo-hoo! Oh, Ferdinand. And Ferdinand, she's so beautiful. You stop and you gaze at her mask and you say, "Yeah." And Miranda says, "Oh, Ferdinand, would like to be my husband? And Ferdinand says, yeah. And then Ferdinand says, Miranda then says, so does that mean that we're engaged? And then Ferdinand says, yeah. And congratulations to the young couple. You may high five, you may hug it out, you may do whatever you wish to do. You are engaged and Prospera. Give yourself a pat on the back because your manipulative plan worked. Bravo. Ah, brilliant. Now, let's do a talk and walk. Follow me. Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, the dukes and the lords have escaped the Tempest, and they are wandering the desolate land. King Alonso is there, and he is crying because he believes his son Ferdinand has perished. Now, Prospera's evil brother Antonio is there, oh well. That's Zio Antonio to you, Miranda. Now, we are going to have... Let's have you and you be representative of King Alonso and Antonio. And we'll make you Duke number 4. Okay. So, King Alonso, it is your job to forge on ahead and find sustenance for your crew. All right? Forge on ahead, and Miranda and Ferdinand follow King Alonso. Forge on ahead. The king is going to find you snacks.
What are you doing? Eating my feast? No one invited you here. You are men of sin, and on this isle, lingering per day, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend to you and your aides, whose rights to guard you from, which here, on this most desolate isle, else falls upon your head, nothing but heartsorrow. For it is my business that you from Milan did supplant good Prosper. What are you pointing your swords at? You can't hurt me more than you wound the loud winds or be mocked at, stab and kill the still closing waters. Beside, pointing a sword at a harpy is rude. Whoa! Hey guys, it's just me, Haylee. What do you think of this costume? It's pretty good, right? I have to say, bravely, the figure of this harpy hast thou performed mine Ariel. A grace it did so down. And I leave my enemy all lit up in their distractions, while I did Ferdinand, who I believe is drowned in his and mine love, darling Miranda. Now, shall we get out of this crummy weather and go have a wedding celebration between a young couple? Okay, I like this enthusiasm. Let's go.
And just like that, all is well. That is going to end well. Let's get these little poofies off of you. You look like dogs with cones on. That's better. Now I feel like I can breathe. So, the wedding. This is my favorite moment. So, Prospera has a little je ne sais quoi up her sleeve. A little vanity of her arts. And Prospera's gift to this young couple is to have island spirits dress up as goddesses and bless the young couple. So, You three are going to be our goddesses, and you are going to be our young couple that receives the blessing. So, let's have the young couple stand over the archway over here. And my three goddesses follow me. So the first goddess to bless this young couple is that of Ariel, a rainbow messenger. In 2020 talk, Iris is kind of like our wedding planner. She's making sure that the bouquet, which is the napkins that matches Miranda's shoes, you know, the wedding, making sure that people have RSVP'd to the invites because it's an Italian couple, making sure the bomaniera have been prepared as the party favor. So, who would like to be our rainbow messenger, Iris? Okay, look at you, brave onion. I love your bravery. Yes, and there's your little goddess hat. So when I start singing the Song of Iris, I need you to be a conductor. So I need you to stand in front of the young couple and conduct them like you're a maestro, okay? So step on in front of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, you nymphs called naiads of the windring brooks, with your sedged crowns and your ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels and on the screen land. Sir, our summons, Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, it's time to celebrate. A contract of true love can never be too late. And now you strike a little rainbow pose. And Iris receives her goddess mask. Yes. And now, which of you would like to be Juno, our goddess of family and marriage, aka our ring bearer? All right, burger it is. I know that you know how to make an onion. So when I start singing, I need you to go to the young couple, make an onion, give the onion to Miranda. Miranda, you will take one bite of the onion, and then you hand it over to Ferdinand. Ferdinand, you finish eating the onion, and by the two of you consuming the same onion, it is the equivalent of you exchanging rings. All right? Are you ready? Just let me get your little hat on. There we go. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Juno, honor, riches, marriage, blessings, long continuance, increasing hourly joy, still be upon you. Juno sings her blessings upon you. Yes, and the rings have been exchanged, and Juno, you receives her goddess mask. And last but not least, you are going to be the goddess Ceres, our voluptuous goddess of agriculture and fertility. So, when I start singing the Ceres dance, I need you to give the young couple what we like to call the love mojo dance, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, earths increase, boys in plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines and clustering bunches, growing plants so goodly, birthing of bowing, spring come to you at the farthest in the very end of harvest, scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessing is so on you. And now you strike a pose. Oh, gorgeous, that was amazing. And you receive your goddess mask. And to complete this blessing, let's all hold hands in a circle. And now Miranda, my darling Miranda, my daughter, do you take Ferdinand to be your spirit? And Miranda gets a little mask polish, because it wouldn't be a wedding without a little glitter. And Ferdinand, do you take Miranda to be your spirit? Brilliant. And with this blessing we have returned. Ah, yes, and all has been made right through marriage. You know, Prospera gives up her magic to return to Milan, and well, so too I must leave you. I have to say, though, You guys have been a fabulous audience. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm and just jumping right in. And honestly, thank you so much for being here. I exist solely because of you. And that I am forever grateful for. Now, before we must part from this illusion, shall we have one last little ritual? Okay, I knew the answer was yes. I know I don't want to leave you, but we have more shows to do. So, follow my hands, all right? Oh, there we go. Those are my hands. Good. Our revels now are ended. Those are actors. We're all spirits, as I have foretold you, and have vanished into air. Into thin air. Like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, and the great globe itself, all which it inherit shall dissolve. Like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. Put your hands on your heart, for we are such stuff as dreams are made on. And in this little life, we are rounded in a sleep. And now, before we must part from this illusion, we're going to have a quick dance party. Okay, well, the goddesses are going at it already. So goddesses, goddess trio, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! All right, that's some serious magic. All right. And let's have our Iris solo, Juno solo, Sarah solo. Good. And now it is time for our young couple to have their first dance. Yes, Miranda and Ferdinand, you crazy kids. Look at you. Good. And all together, raise your hands to the sky. You audience and spirits that have been in my charge, I free you to the elements, and fare thou well. Thank you.
Welcome back. Thanks for realizing